It's a brand new championship season and Pompey are back. Welcome to Terry's Talk. It's great to have Portsmouth back in this league. And we are here reviewing every single game, every single week on Where Pompey Walk. Welcome to Where Pompey Walk on the Terrace Talk. I am Mark. I'm a neutral Everton fan who reviews all the Championship because it is the best league in the world. And we've got one of the biggest teams in the world back in the league this year. And to celebrate that, we have a whole gaggle of hierarchy from Twitter who regularly comment and have views on Pompey. So we've gathered them all weekly to give us the rundown on what should be an amazing season. So welcome Sam, Kyle, Samuel, Sasha, and Jake to the Pompey Walk. Jake, it's good to have Portsmouth back in this league, isn't it?
It's brilliant. Yeah, it's been a long time. It took us a long time to get out of League One. So yeah, it's great to be back.
Fantastic. And Sasha, how good was it finally to seal that promotion on that? Does it feel like a lifetime ago, that game?
Yeah, it was. I don't remember much of it. I just remember the feeling of euphoria as soon as that Shaughnessy header went in. Just all of me just sprung out, and I think I hugged more people than I've ever hugged in my life.
Obviously, you know, it's been well documented, Portsmouth's troubles, Samuel, but in terms of optimism around the club, how does it feel from tell me as a neutral? Is this as good as it's felt, or is there still a part of the fan base that worries about relegation, worries going to be down? Or are you able to enjoy this part of the season?
I think, yeah, we can enjoy it a little bit. Obviously, we're finally back in the Championship where I think we belong at least. I think most of football will agree that, to be honest. Yeah, obviously, we've got to consolidate this season in the Championship. Yeah, just happy to be back at the moment.
Okay. Kyle, would you take 21st now if I could offer it to you?
100%, without a doubt. It's a tricky one. Look, Ipswich sort of performed a miracle, didn't they, last season? I can't see us doing that realistically. So yeah, 21st. I think we'll finish 17th, in between 17th and 20th in the coming season.
Okay. Sam, before we get into things, just a word on Colby Bishop, if we will, because some really sad news coming out that the heart scan has shown that there is a risk. Obviously, all our thoughts go out to him, and obviously a player that's going to be missed for a while.
Yeah, he's left a big hole in the team. Definitely a striker that he had his controversy last season with us Pompey fans, but he definitely scored the goals that we needed. And we just signed actually a Danish striker to try and replace him, but I mean, he is Danish second division, so we're not entirely sure how that will go. But yeah, definitely a big hole, and hopefully Yengi can replace that.
Okay. All right. Let's talk then about how the summer has gone so far. We're not going to get into individual transfers. We'll do that once the window closes, and next week we will look at goalkeepers and the defence. But Jake, as a whole, how do you rate the incomings for Portsmouth?
Well, I think some of the optimism from the end of the season has gone slightly. A lot of fans would have liked a busier window. When we have brought in some decent players. The young right back from Barnsley, Williams, looks good, and the boy we got on loan from Middlesbrough as well. It does worry me slightly when we get another Championship club loans someone to us. If they're good enough for the Championship, surely they would play for Middlesbrough. But yeah, he's been okay pre-season, so there is still some optimism there. Yeah.
Sasha, let's talk about some of the pre-season games that you've seen or been to. How Pompey done?
I think overall, if we look at it as a whole, it's been okay. You know, minutes in the tank. If we scrap yesterday, I'd say it's been all right. Shown positive signs.
Samuel, who's impressed you the most?
Probably Murphy, new signing. He's looked really good, to be fair. Obviously, got a knock yesterday, which we're all going to be worried about a little bit. But yeah, no, I think Murphy's come and he's looked sharp, to be fair.
Okay. Kyle, if you were in charge, what further signings are an absolute priority in the next 3 weeks?
Without a doubt, I think it's fair to say, and I'm sure they'll all agree, we need a centre back. That's imperative at the moment. That's an area that we're weak in. For me personally, I'd like to see another winger come in as well. For Josh Murphy and Paddy Lane, don't get me wrong, they are very, very decent. They can operate at this level. If one of them takes a knock like Murphy has, we're going to be incredibly light on the wings as well. So at least a centre back and a winger.
Okay, Sam, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would go central midfielder as well. I think we need someone next to Marlon Pack there in the centre. Pack was definitely better last season when he had someone around him doing all the running for him, and then he could distribute the ball when he had time on the ball. But yeah, I would agree, winger and central midfielder for me.
Okay. As I say, next week we're going to discuss with you defensively how sound you think Pompey are, and then next week the week after we'll do midfield, and then the window will shut. But it's Leeds this weekend. It's a fixture we haven't seen for 14 years. Amazingly, 2012, the last time you had any engagement with Leeds whatsoever. Jake, when the fixtures were announced, were you? It's a hard one for me. I never said an issue. Were you delighted that it was Leeds away first, or were you absolutely gutted?
Talk about being thrown in at a deep end. Obviously, they lost the playoff final, didn't they? Well, we've had some good experiences up at Ellen Road back in the FA Cup. I think it was mid-90s. I think we won up there. But yeah, it's a tough start. You've got to play everyone at some point, so you might as well get out of the way early.
Get out of the way. Sasha, it's a fixture that you agree with that? Just get out of the way and done with, and then start your season the week after?
Yeah, I also think it's probably the best time to play them. You know, while they're still new with the squad they've got, they've just sold someone. So if we're going to have to play at any point, I'd rather do it first game than last game.
Okay. All right, let's bring in a Leeds fan then, and he can, after wiping up the tears from losing Somerville in the last couple of days, then we'll see what he has to say. Let's get our faux focus. Welcome, Adam, to the Pompey Walk. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, thanks for joining us. So, Pompey fans want to hear that Leeds are in a bit of a disarray at the moment after losing Somerville, but I'm guessing it's still going to be a pretty difficult game for them, isn't it?
Hopefully. Obviously, I think this summer we've had a bit more stability than last year, so I think we're probably primed to hit the ground running a little bit more than we were this time last year when there was a lot more uncertainty around various players.
Do you think is there any risk of a Wembley hangover? It happened to Coventry last year. Coventry had such a slow start after losing, of course, to Luton in the final. Any chance that could happen to Leeds? Give these Pompey fans some hope.
I mean, potentially, yeah. Obviously, it wouldn't be hugely surprising. There can be that. This is a young group. This is a group that needs to kind of learn their mistakes from things like that. So maybe it was a good experience for some of them, but it could potentially be something that does, get us off to a slow start. But I'm just not expecting it to be the same as it was last year, where we went to Birmingham away and we had players that just, got on strike and refusing to play and all the rest of it. I think it's just going to be a lot easier, especially seeing us yesterday in our last pre-season game, for us to hit the ground running and really attack the league this season.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about how are you looking in pre-season?
We won every game. We played some decent sides. Played Valencia yesterday. We won 2-1. Played a couple of German second-tier teams, Schalke and Hanover. Played really well against them and beat them. So it's been really positive, actually.
Okay. When you looked at the fixtures then and saw Pompey first at home, what were your thoughts?
Honestly, from my perspective, I've got a big soft spot for Portsmouth, and I'm not just saying this because they're back and I'm here with 5 Portsmouth fans watching me. They're a club that I've got a lot of sort of admiration for, and I kind of understand what they've been through. You know, we've been down in the low reaches of the EFL and felt like we deserved to be much higher than that. And I was very happy to have them. And I'm not saying it's the easiest start in the world, but it could have been a lot more difficult as well.
Samuel, is the mutual love back for Leeds from Portsmouth fans?
Yeah, I think we've both been through it with far from fit owners at both our clubs. So yeah, it's definitely a bigger team. It's the biggest team probably in the Championship this season. Leeds, their favourites to go up as well. So yeah, you couldn't get a tougher start, to be honest.
I tell you what, it's going to be probably the noisiest game of the weekend at Ellen Road, isn't it? With how many are you taking up there, Samuel?
Well, we had 2,000 originally, and they're releasing another 928 tomorrow, so it's going to be very much 3,000 up there.
Okay, you've got noisy Pompey fans back in the Championship with noisy Ellen Road. It's going to be a good one. Samuel, how does he set up this game? Is it just going to be 5 across the back and hope, or do you actually go and attack him and give him a game?
No, I think we'll try and play the football. Musinho, since he's come in, pardon me, has played the same style, whatever team we've played. Try and control possession, 4-2-3-1. I think we'll go at it. It's the only way you can win a game, basically. In my eyes, is you have to play football and go for it. You can't just sit back and play for a draw, especially in the Championship. You need to win games and get points on the board, especially early.
Adam, I think we know the answer to this one. It's the whole team, but with any particular players on fire for Leeds at the moment, which Pompey needs to watch out for? I mean, Ruto is one for me who always impresses whenever I watch him.
Yeah, he's certainly one. He's definitely kind of the answer to a lot of problems, and Somerville was as well last season when teams are sat deep. If they do decide to do that, if they're a bit more open, then we've got so many threats on the break in transition. So Nonto and James will be massive in that sense. But the guy that stood out in pre-season and we're hoping has his breakout season is Mateo Joseph. He didn't start a single league game last season. He started pretty much every pre-season game and done really well. He got 4 goals and an assist in the 4 games. And he only started in the Cup last season against Chelsea, but he obviously got a brace at Stamford Bridge. And we're all just expecting that he might actually be the starting 9. And so he's probably the player that we're really hoping just gets off to a good start and gets into a bit of rhythm by scoring against Portsmouth.
Okay. All right, let's get some score predictions then from you. Sam, you can go first.
I'll never back against Pompey. I always fall with my heart, not my head, on a score prediction. I think it'll be quite an open game, to be fair. I think both teams will try and attack it. I can't see us sitting back, especially after last season, how we dominated pretty much every game. We'll go the old classic 2-1 Pompey.
Fair dues. Adam?
I mean, I don't want to be too bold here. I feel like we haven't been a team that's blown teams away in the last few years, even though we did get a lot of wins last season at Ellen Road. So maybe just a steady sort of 3-0 kind of game would be nice for us. I would like that. I mean, some Leeds fans might be going more because of how we've looked in pre-season and how we have so many of our best players still at the club. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was more than that, but 2 or 3-0 would be a great start for me.
Okay, very humble. All right. Cheers, Adam. Enjoy the game, both of you, and good luck to Leeds this season. We'll probably see you back on here when it's the return fixture in March time or something like that. Cheers, Adam. And then, Samuel, let's rate your kits, shall we now? Right. Pompey have released some stunners, I think, this season, but let's get your views on these two. No third kit as of yet. Kyle, come to you first. What do you reckon to the home shirt this season? Happy with it?
Well, yeah, it's blue. Can't go wrong with blue, really, can you? Let's be honest, especially with Pompey. I like it. I really do like it. The dark pinstripes offset the light blue really nicely. To be fair, it does look a really nice kit, and it's quite fitting for us to be looking the part, being sort of more on the world stage than what we were in League One as well. So we need to make sure we're looking smart and looking sharp.
There it is. Sasha, you talk about the away kit. I'm not so convinced on this one, but go on. What do you think?
Yeah, originally I wasn't so convinced of it either, but after seeing it in person, I do like it a lot more than originally. It is something very different, but that doesn't necessarily have to mean it's bad.
Okay. On Rate My Take each week, I'm going to put on some tweets about Portsmouth games and Portsmouth players and Portsmouth opinions and ask you guys to comment on them. So, Sam, would you agree with the tweet on the screen there? Fantastic at this, best we've had in ages, or have you had better?
I think we've had better in the past. I like the home one. The home one's nice. Again, I'm kind of a little bit old-fashioned. I would like to have seen a little bit of red on it, since our traditional colors are red, white, and blue. To make a overall judgment on all the kits, I think I really need to see the third one. I would really, really like to see a yellow one, kind of like the one that Samuel is wearing there. It's been ages since we've had a yellow kit, and I would really like to see a yellow kit there. And the thing I don't understand is that they're two dark colors as well. We have blue and then we have like black. So again, I always thought that our away kit should be lighter than the home kit, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Leeds have actually got a very nice yellow away kit this season. So that's one of the good ones. Okay, finally then, we're going to ask you some rapid fire questions in added time. Stand by. Right, here we go. So here's some rapid fire one word answer questions about Portsmouth and other things, and 90 seconds on the clock. Starting with Samuel. Samuel, where will Pompey finish this season?
18th.
Sam, which player has the most to prove to the fans this season?
I think Poole after his injury, coming off his injury.
Okay, Jake, Portsmouth's top goal scorer this season will be
Cassini Yengi.
Sasha, out of 10, how much faith do the fans currently have in the manager?
10. Full support, yeah.
Okay. Kyle, same question, but how much faith do the fans have in the board?
6.
Samuel, if I could give you a 6-0 scoreline now in any fixture this season, which team and at which ground would you like your 6-0 win?
Leeds on Saturday, Adam Road. Be the perfect start.
Good answer. Okay. Sam, which team is going to win the championship?
I have to go Leeds.
Okay. Jake, which team is going to finish 24th?
Oxford.
Sasha, matchday experiences at Fratton Park could be improved this season by
better away fans.
And Kyle, finally, finish the sentence. This season, I am most looking forward to
winning a few games. To be fair, it's going to be a struggle.
Yeah. All right. Joking aside, I'm genuinely seriously, as a neutral, as an Everton fan, I love Pompey. I think it's a really good family club. Always had good laugh with Pompey fans. So it's be a delight to share part of this journey with you on this broadcast this season. I think there's going to be peaks and troughs, and we'll be along with you the whole ride, right the way through to the end of May. Just one question I'm struggling with: the Australian connection. Why has Pompey gone all Aussie on us? Can any of you answer that?
We did in the mid-90s. We got about 3 or 4 Australians in, so we're doing it again. I'm not sure why.
I'll have to think of some Aussie jokes as we go along this season. Listen, all, thank you very much for joining us. If you're a Pompey fan, you know what to do. Please, obviously, subscribe to this channel. And if you're interested, of course, in coming on to talk about this. Email is at admin@theterracetalk.com for business inquiries, or you too can come and be a reviewer if we've got space on our screen, of course. Next week, guys, then we're going to be reviewing the Leeds result, whatever that is, and also talking to you about goalkeepers and defenders. So we'll catch you all next week. Cheerio for now.
Take care.
See you later.